New today, outrage from the families of survivors of sexual abuse by Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein. It comes after the government moved Maxwell to a lower security prison yesterday without an explanation. Joining us now is Palm Beach Post investigations editor Holly Baltz. Holly has covered the Epstein story for years. Holly, I want to start out by reading you the response from the survivors' families. Saying, quote, Maxwell is a sexual predator who physically assaulted minors on multiple occasions, and she should never be shown leniency. Yet, without any notifications to the victims, the government overnight moved Maxwell to a minimum security prison. Now, I mean, in these cases, they usually do inform victims and victims' families when these individuals are moved. So why do this? And how does the administration even expect this move to be seen from outsiders?
Yeah, it seems like a bad move, hard to justify, because, you know, one of the farmers there who, Annie Farmer, testified against Maxwell. And, you know, many years ago when Epstein got a sweetheart deal, that was all hush-hush, and the victims weren't able to give an impact statement. It was really done on the down low at the courthouse here, and they sealed the agreement right after. So there's a little history of this sort of thing, and it never looks good.
And then on the other side of this, you have what staff at the Texas prison complex have told NBC News about Maxwell's arrival. They said, quote, she's a big, high-profile name. You don't want this woman out there like that. There's nothing keeping her from being touched. She's definitely up for grabs. So, I mean, given the nature of these crimes, could she now be in danger in this prison? And if something happens to her, what then? And who is culpable for that?
Well, you know, we've had pedophiles in prison for a long time. And yes, they usually aren't treated well. But I got to think that, you know, federal prisons know how to take measures to protect someone in danger. And I think there are a couple other high profile people at that prison camp as well. So, you know, I think she could be protected.
And President Trump, of course, this week addressed the ending of his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, prompting a response from other family members over the specific wording. Take a listen.
Mr. President, did one of those stolen, persons, that include Virginia Giuffre?
I don't know. I think she worked at the spa. I think so. I think that was one of the people. Yeah. He stole her.
I think we were shocked by it. Especially to use the term stolen. Because she's not an object. She's a person.
You know, you can hear the emotion there. What message do you think Trump is sending when he uses this term stole? What does that say about his knowledge of what was happening around Epstein, or what he wants to admit his knowledge or culpability may have been around Epstein's activities at his club?
Well, you know, it does objectify her. And that's been a problem with, you know, the survivors all along. They were called prostitutes during the grand jury here, which came out with one prostitution-related charge against him. It's also a problem in cases of sexual assault. And, you know, the president has been accused of objectifying women, let's put it mildly. So I understand their concern, the family, definitely.
And, you know, given what you just said about women being objectified in this case, unfortunately, that's not unique to this case when women come forward in sexual assault cases. It's a really unfortunate reality. But, you know, Virginia Giuffre's family has said she wanted the release of these files. And there are hundreds of survivors out there. Do you think it's only a matter of time before more speak up? Or because of what you just mentioned, do you think if there are more victims out there who would speak, they've now been discouraged from doing so?
Oh, I got to think they've been discouraged because the press started to say I'm one of them, but I don't try to do this. is, they're all over people in this case. And, the women who have come out are incredibly brave and strong because they've stuck to the guns that they, are strong people and didn't do anything wrong. I'm sure there's some folks, a lot of these victims are in their mid-30s, early 40s. And they probably want to just get on with their lives. So, I don't know, I'd have to say I don't suspect we'll see a great number more, but I could be wrong. This case is very unusual.
That's for sure. Holly Balt, thank you so much for joining us.